was guided to ground this morning. I went outside ground and I pull out my phone and it's like knowledge from others is what I name it, and I didn't realize that's what I named my notes. So then I started writing, and I'm gonna read the notes for you. Theory of evolution, XY chromosome imbalance, whatever. Then I got into the cycles of women and men while I'm grounding, and it just went wild. So I'm gonna read what I have. Cycles of women and men. A balance, masculine and feminine energy is important throughout both cycles for each individual. Yin, yang, right brain, left brain. Both energies plays its role. Neither is more important. Although we have as a collective have created hierarchy and yearn for power, there's no such thing as power. No one wins when there's an imbalance of power. We are a mutualism, symbiotic ecosystem. That was weird, it just came to me. You lead in the roles that were set before you according to your natural strengths and the project or vessel at hand. Leadership and roles are an illusion, just like our identities. Identity separates us on this plane, Earth, so that we can experience separateness, duality of an inhale and exhale, polarity. Men and women in union. Order must be restored, and so we adapt, then adopt. That was weird too. So we adapt. At first I had, and so we adopt, but I meant to say adapt, and it was like put adapt, then adopt. So yeah, whoever we is, knowledge from others. I feel scared. Anyways, follicular. So I then start to go into different phases of a woman cycle. The woman cycle starts with the follicular. It's all about renewal and building. Your masculine energy brings to form and embodies intuition and creativity from the feminine. Ovulation, giving birth to the project that aids in the natural evolution of the earth's creation. Luteal, release. The feminine releases and renews. The period of renewal teaches you to flow, to surrender. Surrender isn't about letting go, but also about receptivity. It prepares you for the surrender required for you to hand over the trust, the feminine intuition. It prepares you for the surrender required for you to hand over with trust the feminine intuition to your masculine, so that he can bring this no thing, so like nothing, but it had both, so it can bring this nothingness to form in the physical plane during your follicular phase. Menstruation, so be it, it is done. Rest, handing the torch or baton to the new consciousness, like I saw myself handing like a baton, like a relay race. Ground to the earth during this time especially, so you're ground throughout, but ground to the earth during this time especially. And then I heard download from the earth. Through this process, women are always early but on time. This was about just with intuition being early but on time. So, what I'm getting here is whatever this download is, it seems like woo-woo stuff because it's early. Because it haven't happened yet, because there's no way to prove it. Probably just like maybe some of the information that the theories. That's what came in my mind. But it's not that it's early. It's like the theory of whatever relativity was there before Einstein got hit with, not got hit before Einstein created it, or like Newton's third law before the apple hit him. That's what I meant to say. It was always there before. It like he didn't discover it. It was there. So yeah. So through this process, women are always early but on time. Access to ethereal knowledge. So grounding, access to ethereal knowledge, and aids in the natural unfolding of events needed to create heaven on earth. Another thing that came through was PCS, hormonal imbalances, etc. are bodily mirrors of the dis-ease, breaking up those two words, dis-ease in your role as like a woman, I guess. Sexual energy during follicular and ovulation has been misplaced. Your contribution to Gaia came up, not Earth, but Gaia is giving birth to projects that help build the kingdom. Women during the phase of building create a blueprint for the men to bring to form. not just our masculine energy, but our polarizing counterpart. The moon. So, like, things to look at is the moon slash natural cycles of the earth, weather and seasons, and then we're charged by the earth. Okay, then I get into the men, and it says men renewal cycle is the sun 24 hours. There's no womb space, so men naturally flow. Natural flow is to bring to form what's given to them. Importance of being surrounded by motherly figure who then releases, which is a natural feminine flow. Feline is coming up too, which is like cats, but I don't know why. Anyways, every time I say feminine, feline comes up. Anyways, if anybody know, you could just comment on that. But importance of being surrounded by motherly figure who then releases the natural feminine to flow to his wife or partners came up, multiple partners. And I am what I would say like here as monogamous. I've always been monogamous. I hope my husband ain't getting no ideas. But yeah, partners to his wife or partners came up. A man also has feminine and masculine energy and should maintain the healthy harmony between the two. It flows the same order. Rest prepares you to surrender, which is releasing your power so that you can be receptive. Renewal is about being receptive to the guidance from the feminine. And then your building or creation is the longest phase of the day for men, whereas our longest phase, what came up was the luteal phase, is the longest phase. But for men, the longest phase is the building and creation phase of the day for them. So they're just bringing things to form on this natural plane with the power, with the knowledge that they received earlier throughout the day from women, and then they release, which surrender to the outcome in trust. And then rest again. It comes back to rest, which you're just preparing to receive again. You're trusting. And then you do it all over again the next day. What came up, I started saying like, oh, so women should be in like leadership roles. And what came up right away was this voice that said, there's not a question of who should be in leadership roles. Again, an illusion. I'm struggling. And then I start to talk to myself. But I said, I'm struggling not to say that women should be the president, but that's because roles are masculine, right? They're form, meaning they're rigid in their identity, built by the polarizing masculine imbalance. What scared me was what said next is that new identity requires these roles to crumble before the rebuild. It is done.